Hey everyone, it's Brandy from Brandy Janae's Bookshelf and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be bringing you my kind of late February wrap up, and a little later on I'm going to do a small March TBR. In the month of February I managed to read 4 books / novellas, so I'm going to go ahead and get started talking about those. The first book I read was Daily Class Volume 1 by Rick Remender, and this is a graphic novel. I gave this one a 3.5 out of 5 stars. I enjoyed this graphic novel, but for most of it I found myself not really being engaged with the characters, and I wish I would have got a little bit more backstory so I could really be in the story more. I always felt separated, especially since I've never been in the type of situation or close to any type of situation like the main character, so I found it hard to connect, and there was just, like I said before, there was really nothing for me to grab hold to and really engage in the story. Also, the art wasn't necessarily my favorite. There's nothing wrong with the art, but it's kind of dull. You would expect maybe it to be a little more vivid for some of the things that was going on, like this one is, but most of the art, it was dull, and I don't know, I wasn't the biggest fan of how it was drawn, but I did really enjoy this, and I am looking forward to picking up the volume 2 of Deadly Class. The second book I read in February was Losing It by Cora Carmack, and this is actually a reread, and I decided to give it a 5 out of 5 stars. At the time I was in the mood for something new adult, and I wasn't really sure what I wanted to read, so I decided to pick up something that I knew I already enjoyed. To go along with that, I decided to read one of the novellas in the Losing It series, and this is Keeping Her by Cora Carmack. I really wanted to read more from the characters Bliss and Garrick, so I decided to go ahead and read this one, and I gave it a 4 out of 5 stars. Once again, I enjoyed it. It was some things that came up, like Bliss's insecurities. I really had a problem with that, but besides that, I really enjoyed this story, and I'm kind of happy the way it worked out. I kind of wish some things were different, but overall I'm still really happy with the way it ended. The last book I read in February was Saga Volume 1 by Brian K. Vaughan and Fiona Staples, and I gave this a 4 out of 5 stars. And I think my expectations were a little too high when I went into this after hearing everybody's praises of the series. Mostly, I guess it might have been later on, I'm not completely sure, but I've heard so many good things about the series, and I think I just went in with expectations that were too high, so I wasn't as impressed as I thought I was going to be. I still really did enjoy it though, and I really like the art style. I think for the content of the story, I believe the colors really fit the story, especially seeing as this was like this is based around magical worlds. Yes, worlds. I can't talk. And that might be a little inappropriate for you to do. But I just really enjoyed the artwork. I think it was beautiful and it really fit the story. So I do already own, I think, all the volumes of Saga that are currently out, so I am gonna pick up the rest of the series eventually. I'm not sure when I'll continue on, since as you can see I have a whole lot of books I need to read, but I am looking forward to continuing on with the series and seeing where it goes. As we are already halfway through March, I do have some books that I would like to read, and I think one of them I have already finished, so I'm kind of gonna go into that. Now I'm going to talk about my March TBR. I usually don't make TBRs because I'm very much a mood reader, and I like to pick up whatever I'm in the mood for. If not, then I'll end up not reading it or putting it off. Somewhere in February I started reading a book, and I didn't get around to finishing it till the beginning of March, the first week of March, and that is Wonderland by Robert McKay. I got this book sometime last year for review, and I've been meaning to read it, but I did already finish it, and I'll talk more about that in my March wrap up, I guess. The next book on my March TBR is The Fifth Wave by Ricky and C. And as you can see, this is just a dust jacket. I like to take off dust jackets when I'm reading them so I don't mess them up. And as you can see, I'm about that far through it. I only have this much left to go, and I can see I've started tabbing it and everything just so I can have something to look back on, because I do plan on doing a full review on this book. So I'm going to finish this, even though it's taken me quite a bit to get through this. I haven't been having as much reading time as I usually have since I have started working full time. Only time I really have to read is when I'm at work, because when I get off work I go to sleep and then I get up and go to school. So working my way through this, but I do plan on finishing it this month. After that, if I still have time in February, I would like to pick up Forgive Me Leonard Peacock by Matthew Quick. I've heard some good things about this book, and I do have a few other books that I would like to read, but since it's so far through March, I'm not sure if I'm gonna be able to get to those. So those are the 3 books that I have planned to maybe finish in March. Well, that was my February wrap up and my March TBR. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. And if you would like to see more videos from me, make sure you subscribe. Thank you for watching this video, and I'll see you again next time. Bye.